Right, so this was us, 300 kilometers before our final destination. It took us almost 4 months to get to the point when this happened, and we traveled for over 16,000 kilometers. 2 years ago, I made one of the best decisions in my life so far. Together with two of my best friends, we decided to postpone our studies and our jobs to do what we really wanted to do. We wanted to explore the limits of our freedom. We wanted to go on adventure. We wanted to travel. So we decided to do something very popular here at the TEDx conferences. We decided to go to Mongolia. Where is the... Yeah. And the journey took us through Turkey, Central Asia, all the way up north through Russia, and eventually into Mongolia. And to do this, we didn't buy a Fiat, we bought a Russian 4x4 and an Italian vintage motorbike. Was it really a motorbike? Not really. It was more like a scooter. But that's, of course, something we didn't tell to the people at home. We wanted to make this plan not sound as a stupid idea. So it was a motorbike. I had the time of my life, and I really enjoyed that travel. But I also learned a lot. And I'm not talking about how to deal with corrupt policemen, that you should not close your window when you didn't have a shower for 1 week, and how to dodge large amounts of vodka when you travel through Russia. No, I learned two very important things. And the first one is that in this world we live in, nature doesn't have a price. So we traveled for 17,000 kilometers, and I enjoyed pristine forests, clear water, fresh air, exclusive wildlife, everything without a cost. So we enjoy the natural services for free. However, if we destroy the environment, there is also no cost for that. So that's what I realized. The second thing I realized is that the world is both a large and a small place at the same time. We traveled for 4 months to get to Mongolia. We flew back in only 1 day. We were able to have WhatsApp conversations in even the most remote areas in Tajikistan or other stans. And we can see the globalization experiment we are at first hand. We saw the people in Tajikistan, they want to have a smartphone, they want to have development, and maybe one day they want to do the same journey as we did. But can our world really support that? Will they be able to do the journey we did while they enjoy the same nature we saw? We don't know the answer yet. But what we do know, if we maintain the current system, the answer is a definite no. Because in this world, we are dealing with climate change. And the British newspaper, The Guardian, they put it in 3 very simple numbers. So what we are doing is we are putting a lot of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and it serves as a blanket. So we are heating up our planet. So the first number I want you to know is 2 degrees. 2 degrees is the maximum temperature increase we can have without having huge significant climate change effects. 2 degrees is manageable. Above 2 degrees it's gonna be very bad. The second number I want you to know is 565 gigatons. This is the amount of carbon dioxide we can put into the atmosphere, put in our blanket, that we will remain just under that 2 degrees centigrade temperature increase. And the third number, 2,795 gigatons. This is the amount of carbon dioxide which is currently stored in the earth, but already discovered. So this is on the books, this is on the balance sheets of all the companies. Can you imagine what happens if we release this amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere? You don't have to study math and everything to see that this number is way bigger than the 565 gigatons. And the way our society is currently operating, we put a lot of tax on labor, we put a lot of tax on income, but we don't tax natural resources. We don't tax negative external effects like putting CO2 into the atmosphere. And I really hope that we're gonna change that. I really hope that we put a price on our nature. However, I don't have to tell you that we are living in a world where there's global economy and local political systems. And politics, they tend to be slow. So should we wait for these tax changes to happen? Maybe not. They will happen, but they will take some time. And I'm confident that we will find a way to figure this out. But did I travel all the way from the Netherlands only to complain about the climate and give you a negative message? No, we are here at TEDx, so of course not. There is an alternative. And the alternative is that we can vote with our wallet. We can buy the products from companies that do good for our planet, or at least try to mitigate their negative effects. And to do that, we need transparency. We need to see which companies do good, which companies do bad for our planet. And on that side, I have a very positive message, because there are 3 major developments that allow for that radical transparency. And the first one being remote sensing. Remote sensing is using satellites to look down on our planet. Over the last couple of decades, millions of dollars and euros have been launched into space, into satellites, and these satellites can now look down on us. They can act as a big brother, but they can also be used for the good. We can see, for example, where forests are being cut, for example, for palm oil production, which you use in your shampoo and in your food. It can be good. The palm oil can be located on a place where the concession is justified, but it's also possible that the concession of palm oil coincides with a natural sanctuary or a national park. And that's really bad, don't you think? We can now see where companies do bad. The bad guys can't hide anymore. And the best thing of this data, it's for free. We can also see, for example, where there is water, there's rainfall, and where there's no rainfall, where there's an arid desert. And we can see now where companies are pumping up water, where there's desert, so they have a big and very influential, detrimental effect on the state of water in that country. We can now see that. The best thing, it's free. The second major development is so-called open source software. Thousands of scholars around the world, research institutes and volunteers are currently developing software which you can use to analyze the free of charge data. You can imagine the best part, it's free. And the third major development is the development of so-called open tutorials. Everybody with a laptop and an internet connection or even a smartphone can now go online. They can do the tutorials and learn how to use the open source software together with the open data to come up with conclusions, such as how much water is there in the Nile. So 1 month ago, I was here in Tunisia, and I thought a couple of people, bright people from northern African countries, how to use the open data, open source software, and the open tutorials to investigate the state of waters for their countries. This is what I call radical transparency. We can now see where the bad guys are hiding. So in a couple of years, maybe also months already, I really hope that these 3 things combined will lead to tools in which you and I will be able to say which companies are doing the better for the world, and we can vote with our wallet, while at the same time waiting for the tax system to be changed. Because I really believe that the natural attitude of people, if they see a problem, they want to fix it. Just as this Buddhist monk fixing our car and let us be able to reach our final destination. Thank you.